What?
They finished last. They finished last season, I should say, tied for third in the league with 13 first-quarter touchdowns. Not so great this year. Tough year for those Patriots. Let's go out to MetLife Stadium and say hello to our Lisa Salters. Lisa, Cam Newton has struggled recently. You got a chance to talk to him yesterday. Where is his confidence level right now?
Yeah, Ryan, well, you saw Cam Newton last week. He looked absolutely dejected in his postgame press conference after fumbling in the last 30 seconds of the game while driving for what could have been the game-winning touchdown. But he told me last week is fully behind him. He says he's as confident as ever and is still very much the Superman that he has always been on the field. And Patriots coaches say they have not lost confidence in Newton either. Bill Belichick did nothing but praise his quarterback when we asked him about Cam this week. He said he's worked hard, has a great attitude, and is getting more and more comfortable in New England's system every day. Offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels said what has struck him about Newton is how humble he is. He said this is a guy who's been an MVP and taken his team to the Super Bowl, and he's been working his butt off like a rookie trying to learn this New England offense. McDaniel said the team itself always knew that this was going to be a process.
He's been taking all the criticism, Lisa, on his shoulders. We'll see if he can turn his performance around tonight. On the other side, quarterback Sam Darnold is still dealing with that injured shoulder. Joe Flacco is going to make his third start of the season. What more can you tell us about the Jets quarterback situation?
Yeah, well, Sam Darnold was doing everything he could to try to play this week, but when he got out on the practice field on Friday and started throwing the ball around, that's when head coach Adam Gase said he knew that something wasn't right, that Darnold just was not able to put any zip on the ball like he usually does. Darnold told me the throwing motion, that's what was causing him pain. And though he said he wants to be out here tonight, he does not want to jeopardize the rest of the season or his career. So enter Joe Flacco, who started 2 games earlier this season when Darnold initially got hurt. Flacco now says that now that he's proven to himself that his neck can hold up after surgery in April, he feels both physically and mentally ready to go. Brian.
Okay, Lisa, let's see what he can do. The Jets have lost 8 straight to the Patriots. The last time they beat them, Week 16 in 2015. Let's see if they can reverse that trend tonight. Kickoff comes your way at 8:15 over on ESPN. Lisa, thank you so much.
Well, the Jets haven't won a game, but the Steelers, they just can't lose a game. Big Ben Roethlisberger taking on the Cowboys in Dallas. That's Garrett Gilbert, former Texas Longhorn quarterback, stepping up. Starting the second quarter, Gilbert rolls to his right. CeeDee Lamb there in the end zone brings it down. The Cowboys have a 10-0 lead. How about that? Under 2 minutes to go in the second now, 13-0. Roethlisberger dumps it off to Deontay Johnson. Short little gain there, but take a look at Big Ben. Gets hit not once, but twice. He's shaken up on that play. Hurts his left knee. You see him grab it there. Later in the drive, 2nd and 5, Big Ben to James Washington. There you go. The Steelers down 13-6, headed into halftime, but Big Ben heading into the locker room early to get checked out. Now to the 4th. The Cowboys have it down in the red zone. Gilbert. And nope, that's not your teammate. That's Minka Fitzpatrick. Picks it off in the end zone. Steelers would not get a field goal off of that turnover. So under 4 to go in the 4th. Roethlisberger, Johnson. That's a big 42-yard gain. Watch him juking everybody. Nope. Finally gets brought down there. The Steelers looking to take the lead. So a couple plays later, Roethlisberger scheming. And there to Eric Ebron for the 8-yard score. Steelers go up 24-19. They could not convert the 2-point turn right there, but Cowboys ball, 4 seconds left. Gilbert to Fitzpatrick again. He breaks that pass up. The Steelers hang on to win 24-19. The Steelers are 8-0 for the first time in franchise history. Roethlisberger with 3 touchdowns on the day. Now, all right, Pittsburgh may be undefeated. Let's not crown them just yet. They're the 10th team to start 8-0 in the last 10 seasons. None of the previous 9 teams won a Super Bowl. Now, 4 didn't even win a playoff game, and 3 reached the Super Bowl and lost.
Ouch.
Crazy. Marcus Spears back with us. Marcus, the Steelers just snuck by a depleted Dallas team to improve to 8-0. How do you view this Pittsburgh team?
Okay, stick with me, Ash. Really good football team.
Yep.
Really good football team. But I'm not 100% sold. Look, Lamar Jackson against the Pittsburgh Steelers turned the ball over 4 times and still had a chance to win. We saw the Dallas game, and I think they were sleepwalking a little bit, but there's some concern about how explosive this offense can really be when they need to pair with a team that's playing at the high level like the Ravens or like the Kansas City Chiefs can do. Steelers defense is great. The offense is kind of clicking along, and they're figuring out ways late in games to make plays. But I don't have them as the favorite in the AFC. And I know what the record says, and I understand that they beat the Ravens already. But I need to see a little bit more offensive firepower if I'm going to believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers can carry this undefeated, let alone carry the way they've been playing and getting wins all season long.
All right. Well, we're now past halfway through this season. I can't believe I'm saying that, but let's take a look at the odds for the MVP race. Now, just last week, Caesars William Hill had Russell Wilson listed as the MVP favorite at minus 180. Now, he is still the front runner, but Wilson drops to plus 130 after a tough outing we saw, of course, in Buffalo. So, Marcus, who is your MVP frontrunner as of right now?
Okay, I'm going to stop letting people live in suspense. It's Patrick Mahomes. And I'm a victim. I'm a victim of fatigue and a victim of the narrative of Russell Wilson never receiving an MVP vote. And I'm cheering for him and hoping he can, pull this thing together and string it along. But it's Patrick Mahomes. Listen, Mahomes is unbelievable. Andy Reid is drawing plays in the sand because he has this guy at quarterback. He's threw 4 touchdowns, 5 against the Jets, 4 against Carolina. What he's doing, I think we've become a little bit, it's like almost like the LeBron James effect. Like, okay, we expect this guy to be the best guy actually, but we need to figure out who else can be the MVP. But I'm not doing that anymore. And unless I'm proven wrong, which I don't think I will be, I believe Patrick Mahomes will continue to ascend and continue to, create some closing the gap of Russell Wilson and then overtake him at some point. So Patrick Mahomes. I know it's boring. I know we want Russ to get it, but it's Mahomes.
Well, we love you being honest with us. Marcus, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, Ash. Appreciate you.
Michigan State.
To the end, and we are at the beginning. I think we both still, enjoy playing and competing. It's going to be a very competitive game.
It's been all Saints in Tampa tonight. Drew Brees throws another touchdown pass, his 3rd of the ball game. Ball batted down and picked off, intercepted. And the New Orleans Saints are wearing out the Buccaneers 38-3, and the Saints keep on marching.
It was shocking. We have to go back and look in the mirror. I have to give New Orleans credit. They kicked our ass in every phase.
Well, you heard Bruce Arians there. The Saints absolutely hammered the Bucs 38-3 last night in Tampa. Let's go by the numbers. For the 26th time in his career, Drew Brees threw at least 4 touchdown passes in a game without throwing a single pick. That's the most in NFL history. The 35-point loss went down as the worst in Tom Brady's career. It was also the first time in Brady's career that he had been swept in a regular season by a divisional opponent. And Tampa Bay ran the ball just 5 times against the Saints. Maybe it's not so surprising given their strong group of receivers they've got, but it's the fewest amount of rushing attempts in a game in NFL history. Here's the losing coach, Bruce Arians.
The interception to AB, that was just a poor throw. The one to Chris read the right properly. Tom thought he was going deep. He stopped. Those things can happen sometimes when you're doing it on the run. Mike was open a bunch in that ball game. He just didn't get targeted. That's all. He was open. Mike was open. You don't bury your head in the sand. You look at it, you own it, and you go in, you look at the tape, you figure out what went right, what went wrong, and then you move on to the next ball game.
Bruce Arians there talking about Mike Evans being open. So for more on the Bucs getting blown out yesterday, we bring in Marcus Spears. Now, Bruce Arians hasn't been shy in the past about criticizing his quarterback, Tom Brady. What do you make of those comments right there coming from the head coach?
Yeah, they can be justified because you can look at the execution and say it was poor. But I would ask Bruce Arians, when did Brady have time to see if Mike Evans was wide open, number one? And then this coaching staff, it's mirror check time. You didn't make any adjustments. You didn't make this game plan easier offensively. You had Antonio Brown in for a week, and you went to him on a relationship type route, and it ended up being an interception. He stopped. Brady thought he was going deep. And then on the defensive side of the ball, some of the things that have shown up that Daniel Jones wasn't able to take advantage of by guys' eyes being bad. Jamil Dean, it comes to mind first. Like, this is on Bruce Arians, Byron Leftwich, and Todd Bowles as much as it is on the execution. This is not to absolve Tom Brady for his mistakes and the things he did wrong. But the coaching staff did not help him one bit, Ash. And I'm not going to sit here and listen to Bruce Arians talk about players without talking about the coaches being outcoached against Sean Payton and their sideline.
Okay, defending Tom Brady there. I like it. Now, between this bad loss by the Bucs and the Seahawks falling to the Bills, the NFC appears to be wide open. So who is your team to beat in the NFC now?
It's got to be the New Orleans Saints after what we witnessed last night. And look, we were waiting for this defense to come along. We talked about the offense not being super explosive and things like that. But you had to figure at some point they would get it clicking on that side of the ball. But defensively was what was so impressive last night with the Saints. They applied pressure when they rushed with 4. They applied pressure when they brought more guys. And the back end did not give up the big play like we've been seeing them do week in and week out. They held everything in check. They played smart. Guys were where they were supposed to be, and they were able to force Tom Brady into making bad decisions. If the Saints defense is going to carry that type of performance, and I'm not talking about only giving up 3 points, but playing at that high level,